Okay, a quick overview of our paper assignment. And if we scroll down where it says article submission for paper assignment, one of the things you'll see there is the paper assignment itself. And there's two drop boxes that will be available to you starting the first day of class. One is that, and then the second is this paper drop box, both of which have due dates. And so the first thing you're going to have to do is find an article and then submit it here for on 12/26, and then later in January you'll do the paper. But let's just open this assignment up so we can see this together. And so this is your assignment. It's worth 200 points, and you see that the dates are laid out here. So you have to submit an article to me by December 26th, and that's worth 50 of your 200 points. And then and there's an error here that I'll fix. I'm just seeing. You'll submit the paper by January 7th, and that's worth 150 points. It's just a typo there, so I'll fix that before class starts, and we'll say the right thing by the time you see this. And then you'll have an opportunity to revise your paper for an improved grade by the 13th. So all those dates are there. You'll see that there's a link here to a library page, and the first thing you're going to need to do is find a peer-reviewed article related to psychology in some way, and that could be on any topic that connects to psychology. Psychology is the study of human behavior and mental process, so anything having to do with human behavior or human mental process counts as being related to psychology. So I usually encourage students to pick something that's really of interest to you. So that might be a disorder that somebody in your family experiences or that you experience, but it doesn't have to be anything like that. It could be, there's a whole lot of articles, a whole literature written about music and psychology, either what kinds of people like what kinds of music or how music affects us. So if you're interested in music, maybe you want to do that. There's a whole field of sports psychology that if you're an athlete, maybe that's of interest to you. Or you can think about how psychology might relate to, or what psychology research there might be about your future career. So there's a whole lot of articles written on managing stress in healthcare workers, for example. Or if you're interested in early childhood education, looking at the psychology of preschoolers. So think about that. And then use this link. This will bring you to, let's see if we can open that. Yep. This will bring you to the psychology, Psych 111 page for our library. And then these tabs across the top are useful. So the Finding Articles tab is the one you want for how to find an article. So make sure you take a close look at that. And then later, when you need to use APA style in your paper, which is part of your paper, you'll use this citations link. So let's see, let's go back. There we go. So make sure before you go any further that you look at that link and get familiar with it. Your article is going to need to be, and this is in bold here, a detailed report of empirical research. And so it's going to be something where the authors are telling you about data they collected from human subjects, from human people, human participants. And so you're going to want to look for that, right? So you're going to need to look at the article and say, oh, look, they're telling me they studied 104 people and they gave them these surveys, and that's how they collected their data. And if it doesn't have that, then likely it's not a good article for the assignment. Case studies where they studied only one person are also not great choices for this assignment, and you should avoid those. Any article where they're telling you that basically they're summarizing a whole lot of other articles, those are review articles or meta-analysis articles, you don't want to use those. Right, so the worst thing the worst outcome is that you submit an article to me on the 26th and I tell you, no, this isn't a good article, and tell you have to find a new article. That's why that date on the 26th exists, so that you can get that feedback before you're handing in your paper. So it's a safety net. You get to redo it if it doesn't look good, but follow these guidelines and you should be okay. Make sure you save a copy of the article. So and the articles you'll find on the library databases, almost all of them towards the left of the article will have a upload or download rather full text PDF. You want to save that to your device because you're going to need to submit that to me. You're going to need to give me a PDF of the article in that way. So make sure that you do that. And then you're going to read the article. You're going to read it several times. You're going to put it aside, and then you're going to write like a half to 1 page summary of the article. And you can see here the summary is going to focus on telling me what did they want to find, what was their research question, how did they go about doing that research, and what were the results, what did they find. So make sure you take a look at that. And then the second part of the article of the paper is you writing about a critique and ideas for future research. And so I'll let you read that on your own and won't repeat it. But those are the two parts of it. And the grading is, as you can see here at the bottom, right? You can have summary is worth 70 points, the critical response is worth 70 points, and then your APA style is worth 10 points. And you are going to need to apply APA style throughout the paper. So you're going to need to give me an APA style cover sheet. You're going to need to give me APA style headings, section headings, and you're going to need to give an APA style reference list with the one citation for your article. Okay, and so always feel free to use those practical questions discussion that I pointed out in the last video to post questions about any of those things, and I'll be happy to answer those. You know, things will move quickly. And, you know, it's only 10 days after we start that you need to have an article, so you're going to want to start in the paper pretty quickly. Okay, thanks.